I hit the jeweler, got some goals. I sold a little weed, but I could never sell my soul. And when I'm in LA, you find me out in Lil Toe. Come a vocal with my ramen, I'ma need another bowl. Let's go.
They say I can't touch. Jeez, it's like pure ice up here. It's the most amazing thing.
Kind of a jump scare.
Yeah, they made a second one of this. Norm of the North, the keys to the kingdom. So, similar to Alpha and Omega, there are 4 of these things, and because I'm obligated to review them, I might as well review them. So, let's talk about it, I guess. If I had a better intro, you'd be hearing it right now. So we begin with an establishing shot, which looks almost identical to the establishing shots in the later Alpha and Omega sequel. We then meet Norm, who is trying to build Mount Rushmore. What the fuck? On the way to do your mom. Line was too long. He's also not voiced by Rob Schneider this time around.
Gown doesn't fit. Maybe I should quit.
Yes, my favorite. A reference to the O.J. Simpson trials. Perfect for a talking polar bear kids movie. So Norm falls and slaps the captains or something. And then we abruptly cut to Norm's children, who are introduced through fucking skateboarding.
Listen up, guys. You know, I'm Quinn. This is my bro, Chase, and my kid sister, Marie.
I'm sorry, but did Kojima write this shit? We are 3 minutes in and the movie's already throwing exposition at us. So then more slapstick happens, I guess. Norm then walks through the Arctic, I guess. And for some reason, the reindeer still don't like him.
How long do you think his reign will last?
30 seconds tops.
Even though Norm saved the Arctic in the last movie, you'd think there'd be more respect, but nah, fuck that shit. Cut to a ceremony where Norm is about to become king of the Arctic. But uh-oh, his phone starts ringing.
Ah, rats. That's my phone, isn't it?
And yes, bears do have phones and they can use them in the Arctic. Never mind questions like, are there power lines in the Arctic and how does he charge the thing? The movie doesn't give a shit and neither do I. So the girl from the first movie calls Norm. And not only does her model look significantly worse, but her hair somehow changed completely different colors. So anyway, she's all like,
We just heard from the mayor. Norm, you're getting the key to New York City.
so Norm's all like,
My first order of business as your king is to go back to New York City.
and that's about it. Cut to Norm's son and wife. Norm's son is all like, I'm worried about dad, but the wife's all like, oh, don't worry about Norm, but the son's all like, but I need to worry about Norm. Cut to a random boat, which I think Norm owns now. It's never acknowledged, nor do I think the writers cared. Norm's just a cock star maid and owns luxurious boats. Anyways, Norm's all like, son, come with me. We're gonna go to New York. And the son's like, whoa, dad, you really mean that? Also, the lemmings are here, which I will be ignoring for a good majority of the review. So Norm arrives in New York, and he meets up with the humans from the first movie. Which, speaking of whom, somehow the little girl's hair changed colors again. And then they're all like,
Quinn speaks human too?
which is a very good way of fixing a plot hole, just to exposition the fuck out of it.
Ride and watch out. There are sentries posted on the connecting bridge. Use the hanging mode.
Hanging?
So anyways, they go back to the apartment or something. The girl shows them poorly modeled food.
This is the prettiest sight these eyes have ever seen.
Holy shit, I'm gonna call.
And then nothing happens for a while. Meanwhile, Norm's other kids steal his phone. I don't know why Norm just didn't take the phone, but okay.
I just want to see if we can live stream Dad's key ceremony.
The live stream is starting right now.
Cut back to New York, where we meet up with Senator Armstrong, who sprays green cologne on himself. This is a plot point. Meanwhile, the kids project the iPhone onto the ice thing. Then the mom finds out and is all
I'm
like,
disappointed in both of you. Your father would not be happy to see that you did this.
do what? Use an iPhone? Anyway, so Armstrong shills for water, and Norm falls down the stairs, I guess. And the mayor gives him the key to the city.
It is a key that opens every single door in the entire city.
I thought it was a symbolic thing. So anyways, Norm has to give a speech now.
You prepared a speech, didn't you?
So Norm gives his speech.
I know I'm not the smartest.
This copy is Ike Williams.
So on the way home, Norm runs into the one costume guy from the first movie, and he's dressed up as Norm this time. And that's about it. Cut back to home, where Norm and his son have a wholesome Chungus conversation.
I'm really proud to have you as my dad. You're a great king.
I can't carry anything else right now.
But then, the next day, it turns out Norm's being framed for robbing banks. A plot point I've never seen before in my life. Also, his key was stolen, so now everyone hates him. So Norm's son and the girl are all like,
We have to help.
so they do some computer hacking and are all like, there's an imposter among us. So they go out and meet with the guy who was dressed as Norm in the first movie. But it turns out it's not him. He then, for no reason, gives them the ticket to get his costume at the dry cleaners.
I know your dad is innocent.
If you think about it, this film is really about cancel culture. But then it's revealed
The costume is gone. Rob District too, and someone took the costume.
They then somehow find what bank he's hitting next, but then the mom calls the girl, and she's all like, oh, I'm mad at you, but the girl's like, it's okay.
It's okay. I got this.
And the mom's all like, so she and Norm join along, I guess. They then reach the bank and see the imposter, but he notices them and tries to get away. So Norm chases after him. Meanwhile, the crew investigates the bank, but then they meet this guy, a completely random character.
We're trying to stop the robbers, just like you, Fong.
Hold up. You know this?
Yeah, this film is just throwing characters at us now. So this guy owns the bank, I guess. And that's about it. Meanwhile, Norm chases the one imposter, but then he gets caught by the police.
Stay where you are!
I never asked for this. Maybe you should try getting a job. On second thought, hold on. I have to drop something, okay? And...
So meanwhile, everyone's sad over Norm's arrest. But the rabbit character's all like, oh, I will help you. Cut to Norm in prison. He's very sad until the rabbit comes in and tries to break him out. But before they can break out, we gotta have a... comedy.
I have a very important message from your son. Pastrami on pretzel bread, no pickles. Oh, wait, that was my receipt from lunch.
So they escape from jail, and that's about it. But meanwhile, these guys with the money, I guess, are escaping with the money. So the rabbit's all like,
I have an idea. I am rich.
So using the power of Deus Ex Machina, they teleport into a helicopter. They then make it onto the boat, but then they're discovered. This, of course, leads to an epic fight scene. Norm then wins, yeah. But the rabbit's all like...
But we still don't know who calls the shots for the henchmen. Who really stole the money?
So Norm's then all like...
Let's return the money to the mayor. He'll know I'm innocent.
We then cut to the mayor telling everybody that Norm is innocent. That was fast. So Norm then walks in and shit. And the mayor brings out some money. But it turns out the money is sus. And it smells like the mayor's cologne.
The bag smells like the mayor. The money smells like...
Norm then sniffs around and finds out that a costume of him and the key to the city are in the mayor's hidden room. So the mayor was behind it all the whole time.
I'm as powerful as a king!
That's not what being a king is. Being a king is the
Making the mother of all omelets here, Jack. Can't fret over every egg.
So they attempt to arrest the mayor, but he then gets away. Thankfully, Norm and his new friend still have the Deus Ex Machina copter. So Norm hops into the other helicopter, and he and the mayor engage in an epic battle.
Okay, Mr. King of the Arctic, don't fuck with this, Senator.
So Norm wins and the mayor is arrested, and yeah, that's it. Everyone then says their goodbyes and heads home, marking a beautiful ending to Norm 2. Except it isn't, because for some ungodly reason, we still have 40 minutes left of this movie. The points are being longer than Alpha and Omega, I guess. But anyways, Norm's back in the Arctic now, I guess. But then he finds a bunch of pollution.
Garbage.
Cut to a bunch of animals playing hockey. Norm goes up to his brother Stan and is all like, dude, you fucked up the whole Arctic. What the fuck, dude? And Stan's all like, fuck you, King Norm. Norm then asks where the hockey sticks came from. And it turns out it came from humans who are stealing ice. So Norm goes up to the humans and is all like, what the fuck, bro? And it turns out Stan allowed the humans to steal the water the whole time in exchange for fucking a hockey stick. So now Norm is pissed. So Norm calls the little girl and the exposition happens.
There has to be some kind of law against stealing ice, right?
There actually are laws that prevent them. According to the footnotes of Section 2B, Paragraph 3 of the Addendum to the Arctic Conservation Act.
Number 1. In 1945, corporations paid 50% of federal taxes.
So Norm then talks to the bird guy, and it's not important, who cares. Norm then sees all the animals playing hockey, and he has an idea.
Sarah, I've got an idea.
So he contacts this guy and challenges his team to a hockey match.
My animals would like to challenge your workers to a best-of-3, winner-take-all hockey match.
And the bad guy's all like,
we will crush you.
So Norm asks Stan to become the coach or something, and then tryouts begin, and there's a big old montage or something. And they finally get a team together.
Maria, you're my left winger.
So now a bunch of people are coming to see the games, including the human characters. This is when I realized that this entire second half of the movie is basically an entirely different movie. Not only is the plot like completely different from the first half, and not only is the concept completely different, instantly swapping to a fucking sports movie, completely throwing away the keys to the city plot, but the morals, the conflicts, and even the antagonist changes. It's like they wrote 2 more Norm movies and just went, you know what, let's smush them into one movie. So now the team is ready. But before they play, Norm talks to Stan. And it turns out Stan's a narcissist.
I'm gonna listen to you, but only because you're—
Shut the fuck up. I will fucking laser you with alien fucking eyes.
Cut to the team getting ready for the big game tomorrow. Stan is approached by one of the humans, who shows him a stretched out picture of a famous hockey guy. And he's all like, do you want to be a famous? And Stan's all like, yeah. And the bad guy's all like,
then meet me over by the ship
in 5 minutes.
Straight up. Cut to Norm talking to his wife, but their time is cut short when the little girl shows Norm the phone, where it turns out Stan is in a commercial for the water company. Fuck that though, because the games are beginning.
Hello and welcome, folks.
Go to Steam, uninstall Destiny 2.
What did that caribou just say?
I'm pretty sure he just said...
So the game begins, and after a long and arduous battle, I began to realize that I know exactly how this shit goes. So our heroes get their asses kicked, right? And it's all because Stan is a fucking narcissist. So during halftime, the team starts fighting, and Norm's all like, fuck you, Stan. But Stan's all like,
oh, now the great King Norm is...
And what is Stan?
Stop posting about him.
So Norm asks these guys what to do, and they give him advice or something. I don't know, I'm barely paying attention anymore. So Norm talks to Stan, and it's a very emotional conversation, I assure you.
It's funny. Spend most of my life jealous of you.
But Norm also wants to replace Stan as coach, but Stan's upset about this because of the conflict. So the next day happens, and there's more conflict again because the story isn't original, and he's ultimately forced to sit on the bench. Now it's time for game 2. The game happens, and this guy hurts his knee, I guess. Cut to after the game. Norm's all like, good job, team, and shit like that. And for no reason, Stan then apologizes and promises to stop being a narcissist.
I lost sight of what's important. I thought sponsorships are what makes a bear great.
This was written last minute, wasn't it? So Stan's all like, Norm, I want you to play this time. And Norm's all like,
doing your mom? That's just insulting!
I see what you did there, brother.
Brother!
So Norm joins the team, I guess.
Okay, I'm in.
So now it's time for game 2, game 3, I don't know anymore.
I'm sorry. I don't speak big.
Hello? Base? So the games happen in a, and the heroes are losing, but it's suddenly revealed that
Other team is robotic. Literally, they're robots, and I think we can use the lemmings to expose them.
Yeah, welcome to the out-of-nowhere Deus Ex Machina plot twist of the year. I'm not even mad anymore, I just don't feel anything. So the new game begins, and the minion knockoff guys destroy the robots, I guess, and Norm's all like,
Your team is
Sussy.
3-on-3. Right now.
So now the real game begins. And at this point, you know how the plot goes. The heroes win the game, and that's about it. So now everybody loves them, and they get all their ice back. And yes, it is as rushed as it sounds.
Congratulations, Norm! You did it! You saved your home!
Congratulations!
I mean, yeah, this is what I expected it to be. It's certainly a sequel to Norm of the North. I'll give it this, though. It's at least better than the first movie. It's not as simultaneously obnoxious or boring, but it's still not good. For one thing, it feels like two movies stitched together, and it's extremely jarring. The film goes from a semi-conspiracy movie to a sports movie, and the conflicts and everything just suddenly change. But both conflicts are so generic, you know what's going to happen by the end. So the film is not only cluttered, but it's also predictable. My question is, who's buying these and who are watching these? At the very least, Alpha and Omega had like a furry audience, but Norm doesn't appeal to anyone. So how do they keep making these? Money laundering? Maybe? Overall, this film sucked. I got nothing else to say. Fuck you. Tune in next time when I review Twilight. I don't know.
Fuck you in the lanes you came with. Me and you ain't on the same shit. You ain't in my lane, bitch. Nah, all that shit in fifth. Rollie on my wrist. Ay, baby, you a star. I'm my only wish. I'm counting blue hundreds on too money. Ay, and my little bitch, she too lovely. Yeah, hanging up and calling me right back. Ay, baby, why you calling me like that? Yeah, getting high with the seat laid back. Baby, gon' relax, yeah. Hey, they don't know the half, yeah. No matter what happened, I got your back. Baby, that's the facts, yeah. That's the facts, yeah.
Hey, we want some penis. Hey, we want some gay sex.